welcome to my channel. When we talk about languages and learning languages, a false friend is a word that is very similar to another word in another language, but its meaning is completely different, which leads in many cases to a total misunderstanding, so be very careful with that. The first false friends we are going to consider are actual and actual. It's very common to confuse them, so let's see what they mean. When we talk in Spanish, actual means current, present day. For example, una noticia actual, current news. But in English, actual or actually means in fact. So actual in English is translated into Spanish as real, efectivo. The other group of false friends is my favorite. We have Sencible in Spanish and Sencible in English. You should know that Sencible in Spanish and Sensible in English are not equivalents. In fact, sensible from English is translated into Spanish as sensato, and sensible from Spanish is translated into English as sensitive. So it's like a cross-use of words. Very interesting. The false friends are colegio and college. In Spanish, colegio refers to high school, whilst in English, college refers to higher education institution, for example, university. Sopa and soap. The problem with these words is that they sound similarly, and they are written similarly too. But the meaning is completely different. Sopa in Spanish is soup in English, and soap in English is jabón in Spanish. Here we have embarazada and embarrassed. Again, the problem with these words is that they look similarly and they sound similarly, but the meaning is totally different. So embarazada means pregnant, and embarrassed means avergonzada. Next false friends are realizar and realize. So the Spanish word realizar is translated into English as to come true. And the English word realize is translated into Spanish as darse cuenta. So for example, the phrase I've just realized something is acabo de darme cuenta. The other false friends are verbs. Again, soportar and support. Soportar from Spanish is translated into English as tolerate, put up with. And support in English is actually apoyar in Spanish. Here we come to another pair of false friends. Fabric and Fábrica. Fábrica in Spanish is actually factory in English, while fabric in English is tela in Spanish. But both words are so similar that it's very easy to confuse them, and people do confuse them. Okay, number 9 is ropa and robe. So let's see. Ropa in Spanish means clothes in English, and robe in English means cuerda in Spanish. Once again, these words are so similar that if you don't know the meaning of the words and you just see it in a text, it's very easy to confuse. And the last pair of false friends is my favorite. I absolutely adore it because it's so funny when people confuse it. It's constipado and constipated. Well, let's see. The problem is that in Spanish the word constipado has actually two meanings, but most people use it as the first meaning, in the sense of a cold. So, estoy constipado, I've got a cold. But in English, constipated means actually the opposite of diarrhea. So when people translate literally, I'm constipated, meaning estoy constipado, people just don't get it. And if you go to a pharmacy to buy some pills, I doubt you're going to get the right pills. These are all the false friends I wanted to show you today. Please share it with your friends. If you like the video, put a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!